Goeiemorgen. Good morning. This is the Agricultural Growth Solutions Organic Enzyme Enriched Vermiculture Fertilizer Production Site, where we are also doing the maggot production along with the fertilizer production. We will now enter the site. This is the organic fertilizer heaps here that is already been prepared. And here we have our one-day-old lines. These lines was laid out today. As you can see in the color and the structure of it, it is full of clutches and solid pieces as it comes from there in the background. The pure organic chicken manure. And then if I have to take you along the way to show you what a line 2, what a day 2 line would look like, we are following here down the production lines. This is now the state of a day 2 line. As you can see, the color has now changed because it's already been in treatment for the day. Yeah, and this is then the light brown color you see here, and then on day 3 you will see the lines will be looking very dark, as you see the last 2 lines here on your right hand side. Then we will now further go further onto day 4 line. Day 4 line will be the day of harvesting. By the end of the day today, those number 3, the day 3 lines will all look like this. And then on day 4 you will obviously see them completely being worked through the vermiculture process of the fly maggot. And this is then now how it looks on day number 4, with the lady in the background right here busy processing the harvesting process. Yeah, this is now where we are harvesting the maggots. Now we have, in total, they are 10 meters long each line. We are producing in and around 150 kilogram up to 180 kilogram of maggots per 3 lines that we harvest in a day. As you can see on the right here, there was one line here in the morning where she stands, or the white bucket is standing. Just in that line was another line that has been harvested earlier in the morning. And then we have the 2 lines here that was harvested today still. So we harvest 3 lines on a day. It produces us 150 to 180 kilogram of maggots. Now if we now proceed further after harvesting, obviously you have, they bring it with a wheelbarrow to the harvesting process, the first phase of it that is done by hand by the ladies here. As you can see, that's a heap of freshly harvested organic fertilizer that we are now going to do the split between the organic fertilizer and the maggots, as she is showing you here in this bucket here. This is the first phase. If she dwells deep into it, you will just see a lot of maggots coming from below, as you can see there. This is then exactly the same as what the other ladies here are doing. It's the same, as you can see. There you go. This is the new protein for animal feed. Now obviously, because this protein is not in the right state that one can use it directly as feed, it will be very unhealthy for your animals, because as you know, the housefly does carry some pathogens. So we now have to neutralize the pathogens before we can use this as protein for animal feed, due to the fact that the pathogens are being carried over from whatever animal you feed with it. If you just give it to the maggot, to the animal like that in the maggot form, there is going to be pathogens carried over to the animal, and from the animal, the day when you slaughter it, it will be carried over then obviously to the human being that eats it. Now, if you look at the organic fertilizer here, there is still some maggots inside of them. And the reason why we leave a percentage of maggots inside the organic fertilizer is because the moment that the maggot turns into a puppy, it are enriching your organic fertilizer with urium. Because then the moment that the maggot changes into a puppy, the protein quality drops, but the urium contents are raising. So you have an organic fertilizer that is now urium enriched. Alright, from here, this is now the first phase of production of both of the two products. They have been splitted. This organic fertilizer will now be packed, and then it will be sold out to the outgrowers and to all other to the market. If you want to apply this to your fields, you can use it from flowers to gardens, planting of maize, anything. You normally use 3 tons per hectare. Now here in Zambia, you will put 1 ton a week or 2 weeks before you plant into your soil, and then the second one you will do as a top dressing the moment that your plants has achieved the mid-growth stage, and then once again the last top dressing when fruit forming is happening. Yes, that is the 3 ways, that is the 3 times that you add it into your plantation. So now from here, they are packed in bags like I said, and then they will now be sold at 50 kilogram bag, will cost you 75 kwacha here in Zambia. Now, if you look at the cost of, or the comparison of cost, if you use chemical fertilizers, it will cost you in and around 7,600 kwacha per hectare. But if you use this organic fertilizer, it will cost you 4,200 kwacha per hectare. And you will have a better result in any way, because it gives you a 32% more water retention in your soil. It reconstructs and obviously restores your soil's condition where the damage was done by the chemical fertilizers that was used before. And yeah, in any way, whichever way you go, this is the best option to take. All right.